Hello, YouTube. Hello, Internet. It's Irish Guy here. I wanted to take a moment to discuss something that many of us bullion investors may have encountered, and that's the question as to whether it's best to purchase government coins as a bullion, gold, silver, platinum, etc., precious metal investment, or to purchase generic rounds or bars. Now, there's advantages to advantages and disadvantages to both. From being able to quickly sell the investment in the future, government coins are typically easier, and the reason being is that the purity of the precious metal, whether it be silver, gold, platinum, palladium, or whatever for that matter, it's backed by the government. So whatever government that coin was minted by, they stand behind the precious metals content of that coin. So that's an advantage to purchase a government coin as opposed to a generic private mint bar or round. Now, of course, a disadvantage to a government coin would be that they're often counterfeited. In particular, the Chinese gold and silver pandas. There's a lot of and American silver eagles. A lot of counterfeits out there, so it takes a lot of time for someone to validate whether or not it is indeed authentic. Now, with a private mint bar or round, the advantage there is that the government does not own that. It's purely precious metal that may have been stamped with a company's logo or work of art or whatever's on it doesn't matter, because with a private bar round, all that one's concerned with is the purity and the amount of precious metal within that bar round. So they can be melted down and sold in whatever size, or they can be sold as is. Doesn't really matter. The disadvantage to a private mint bar round is that there's next to little possibility that there will be a collector premium on top of the price over spot. Whereas with some bullion coins like pandas and especially the Perth Mint, special releases like the Lunar Series, Royal Canadian Mint, Wildlife Series, a lot of those coins, they're now carrying a heavy premium over spot. So you're getting the spot price of the precious metals content plus the collector value. But with that comes purchasing a government coin. Typically, the purchase price over spot, even before collectors are alerted what it might actually be worth from a collectability perspective, they're often a few dollars more over spot than a generic private mint bar round. But the advantage to the generic private mint bar round is that one can purchase a greater quantity, because typically a generic bar round costs less over spot price of that precious metal than a government coin that contains the same quantity of that precious metal would cost. So there's pros and cons to each. And in closing, and I don't want to go into a political debate. I try to avoid political topics on YouTube. But one thing that many people are afraid of is a possibility of governments rather, whether that be the U.S. government, Canadian government, Australian government, Chinese government, governments trying to reclaim those coins that we purchased as bullion investments. So if that happened, that could make things really hairy for one that has a large position in precious metals in the form of government-issued coins. So just something to consider there. But on the flip side, if the price of precious metals plummets, one that purchased government coins will likely still be able to sell those coins, even if the precious metal value has drastically declined. One will likely still be able to sell those coins and catch the collector's premium. So just a few things to consider. Don't want to take a lot of everyone's time. And again, these are just my opinions, and none of these opinions should be considered a recommendation to buy or sell a precious metal or any security for that matter. Just my opinion, and I wanted to share with everyone. Thanks for tuning in, and feel free to check out my other videos on YouTube as well. Have a good one. Bye-bye.